With all the excitement of the teaser clip that we saw a few days ago for Halloween Kills, there's bound to be a few things that we've all missed, me as well. And I've done a little breakdown a couple of days ago about what I've noticed in the little 20-second clip that we saw. But after looking at it again, after reading some things online, and after analysing a few shots from that clip, there's a few things that I've left out. So these are some things that you may have missed.
Everybody's a suspect!
Coming to get you, Bobber.
I'm going to do what I've done the last time. I'm going to get the video clip up. I'm going to go through it scene by scene, go through the things that I didn't speak about before, and speak about things that I've changed my mind on as well. I'm not going to go over the things that I mentioned before because I've already mentioned those, but things that I've tweaked and things that I've looked at and thought, oh yeah, that seems to be something that I've missed before, then I'll talk about those things. Okay, first off is the very first image. I did mention it in the last video, but I completely didn't even realise what I was looking at, and I thought it was fog for some reason. But after looking at it again, you can see the fire engine at the right hand side, and you can see the hose. I think that Dave McRae also mentioned this as well, that could be part of the movie, or it could be just for safety reasons, just in case there's a real fire. Let's assume it's part of the movie. It might not be, but there's a hose going all the way down to the front of the house. I didn't even realise this was the house, Laurie's house. We did see the image of Michael standing outside her house with the weapon, with the rain coming down. Well, some people thought it was rain, but I initially thought it was the hose, which it is. And this kind of confirms that, because you can see the smoke, you can see the flames, and you can see the fire engine with the hose. So that confirms that the fire engine was there, and the firemen were there as well, and I'll get into that in a little bit with regards to Michael Myers. This shot here of Tommy, I didn't miss this. I intentionally left it out because we already spoke about this, but you can see he's wearing a wedding ring, he's married. I don't know who he's married to. A lot of people think it might be Lindsay. I hope it's not Lindsay, because that would seem a little bit too convenient. If it is Lindsay, it's not going to ruin the movie. But I thought I'd mention that here because I didn't mention it in my video, because I thought that everybody already knew about that, because we did see a picture of Anthony Michael Hall in this sort of image with his wedding ring on, and we all discussed that a few weeks ago, if not a month ago or so. So I thought there's no point in bringing that up, but people did ask me to talk about it, so I'm talking about it now. He's definitely married. Whether that be to Lindsay or someone else, I just don't know. This shot here, I think it is Michael. I did mention I thought it was too feminine to be Michael. I thought it was a female character that's holding the knife. I did watch it, I watched it in the light. This sounds silly, but when you watch a video in the dark compared to the light, you notice more in the dark, and it was quite a bright image when I was looking at it. But looking at it again, it probably is Michael, especially with the movement of the thumb. He looks like he's getting ready to stab somebody. So yeah, it's probably Michael. I was completely wrong about that. So yeah, I think that's Michael. This shot here, I think I'm more than likely right about most of this shot. Initially I thought it was Lindsay holding a torch with her either daughter or Alison. It's probably not Alison, because who would swing like that as an adult or as a teenager at Alison's age? So it's more than likely her daughter. There was images online of her daughter, the actress that plays her daughter, posted images online, so that's most likely her. The reason I initially thought it wasn't her is because she looked quite tall to be her daughter. She looked quite tall to be that girl in the Twitter post. So it probably is her. But keep your eye on this shot, because this is very important with the jacket that Lindsay is wearing, if that is indeed Lindsay. This shot here, I don't know why I never noticed it before. I automatically said this was Karen, and it's clearly not Karen. I completely forgot that we did see an image of Marion wearing that exact outfit, so it's definitely Marion Chambers. That's 100%. Again, I must have been too excited to even remember that part, but I was very excited. Now, there's two things in this shot. One that Dave McRae noticed, so props to Dave McRae for this. You can see at the left-hand side of the clapperboard, sorry. You see the nurse's headband at the top left of that clapperboard. That is the nurse that we see later on in this clip. The nurse is also the same nurse from the 2018 Halloween movie, which I did mention. I noticed that straight away. but I didn't notice it at the back of this car, so props to Dave McRae for that. Another thing that I noticed that nobody's mentioned yet is at the right hand side, just at the far right, you can see a black and red jacket sitting there. I don't know if there's a person in that jacket or it's just the jacket itself, but that is the exact same jacket that Lindsay is wearing in that clip with her daughter at the swing. So it looks like Marion, again this could be a spoiler, I have no idea, this is me just guessing. I'm guessing that Marion is in a car, she is being attacked by Michael, or she saw Michael. This woman with the gun, who is also dressed as a nurse, probably for a Halloween party, she's maybe saved Marion with her gun and got Michael away, and also potentially saved Lindsay and her daughter in that exact same scene. And there's more evidence to that later on, which we'll talk about, but that's what I can see in this scene so far. This shot here, it seems to be a little darker. It's probably the same scene though, where you can see Michael putting his hand down, and that's definitely Marion Chambers again. And again, it's more than likely that exact same scene with the nurse and what looks like Lindsay's jacket. So I think what we've seen so far in this 20-second clip is most likely a lot of scenes that were shot close together and close to be around about the same time scale and the time frame of the actual movie. This is the shot here with the nurse and the car. You can see Michael's in the car there. That could be that Michael's got into the car and Marion and Lindsay and her daughter have got out. That's if Lindsay and her daughter were there, but that looks like it's definitely the same scene. If not, it's probably round about the same time when the nurse shows up and saves the day, potentially. Here's a very interesting scene. This again looks like the exact same scene, and it does look like Lindsay because there is a scene which I'll show you an image of Lindsay wearing that exact top. She doesn't have the black and red jacket on, so you might think that's a different character, but what backs that up with being the same character is the fact that we see that jacket in that car. So Lindsay could have taken that jacket off with underneath she's got that grey jumper on. So I think that is Lindsay with the black and red jacket on, and it also is Lindsay with the black and red jacket off, and again it all seems to be round about the same time. Also, I did notice that Michael had his wounded left hand there, and also if you look at his mask you can see the bullet wound on the mask as well at Michael's right hand side, the one we can see there. So that's definitely after what happened with the fire. This shot of the fire, I already confirmed most of the things that I saw in this one, and I did mention the weapon that he's holding. How did he escape? How did he get out of there? Is it a Halligan? Is that how you pronounce it? It's a fireman's Halligan, I think it's called. It's what firemen use as a weapon to try and get in and out of burning buildings, etc. Michael's holding that. So that confirms that Michael did bump into these guys, and he's more than likely killed at least one of them, or if not all of them. So that could also answer the question as to how did Michael escape? Well, the firemen have obviously helped him, and he's taken advantage of that and killed them and got out before the house is completely burned down. Looking at this shot here, that's most likely not Tommy Doyle. I thought it was Tommy Doyle initially because I was so excited, but this guy's got the same hair, but it looks like it's slightly longer than Tommy Doyle, so it's probably someone in the background. It could be, is it Christopher Nelson? It might be Christopher Nelson. I don't know, but I don't think it's Tommy. And finally, this is an image that I saw today. It's posted on a few people's Twitter pages, and this confirms quite a few things, and also it makes us ask questions as well. And you can see at the left hand side you get Marion Chambers there. She's wearing that uniform, the outfit that we did see in the trailer itself in the little clip. So that's definitely Marion Chambers at the left hand side. Totally confirmed. You can see Tommy Doyle at the front there. He looks like he means business. And then you can see Lindsay on the right hand side, and Lindsay is wearing that grey top that you've seen, so that is most likely and most definitely Lindsay that Michael is attacking in that scene as well. She doesn't seem to be wearing that black and red jacket though, so again it's not 100% Lindsay, but I still think it is Lindsay with the jacket on, and obviously I think at one point she takes the jacket off. With Tommy and Lindsay being in the same scene in this image here, does that mean that they are in fact married to each other in the movie? Again, I don't have a major problem with it. I just think it's a little bit too convenient. So if it turns out they're married, it doesn't really bother me, to be honest. But at the same time, this makes us ask the question, why are they together here? Do they just know each other still from school? And they've just kept in touch? I don't know. So that's a few more things that I missed the first time I watched this teaser clip. In fact, the first 20 times I watched the teaser clip, because I watched it so many times. And it might be things that you never noticed yourself. Again, this could be spoilers because it might spoil some things in the movie, but they have teased it out to us for a reason, so that it's not unofficial spoilers, it's spoilers that they're teasing us with. They want us to see these and they want us to talk about it. So I don't think it's got an integral part or an integral spoiler of the movie itself. I think they're putting them out intentionally for us to look at and question, and it certainly did get me asking a lot of questions to myself. Ryan Turek, one of the producers, also posted on Twitter that they've officially wrapped principal photography for this film as well. That doesn't mean they're not going to go back and film some scenes and do some changes. That's most likely going to happen as well, but they've officially wrapped the first draft, you could say, of Halloween Kills, and they've done it within 5 to 6 weeks, which is an average time scale for a movie of this size, and that was roughly the same as to the 2018 Halloween. That was confirmed by Marion Singh, who played one of the victims in Halloween 2018, so she's also confirmed that it took around about the same amount of time to film Halloween from 2018. So they're not rushing it, but they're not doing it very slow either. They're just going at a standard pace like they did before. So I think we're going to get a nice quality sequel to last year's Halloween. So that's all for today, guys. Again, leave all your comments down below. Let me know again if there's anything else that I failed to talk about with this little 20-second teaser clip. I'm always all ears. I like to know some theories on what you think as well. So again, leave all your comments down below and let me know your theories. As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching again. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.